Every problem in society that we have now and that we have ever had in human history can be traced back to somebody's son. And it just is what it is. Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Just to give you guys a warning, this story is most likely going to trigger you. And my commentary is also going to trigger you. So the name of this group is called Kevin Samuels Died. I've been a part of this group since last year, and it is exactly what you would think it would be about. Black women posting red pill, incel type commentary and clips and videos and stories, and just making fun of it. But this is not a laughing matter. This particular story is very triggering. But I just wanted to point that out. This group is on Facebook, and if you want to join, you will be entertained, but you will also find stories like this, unfortunately. I absolutely love the humor of Black women. We are unmatched as fuck. But I just wanted to point that out. Okay. So I was piecing together this story as I was reading the caption and, the comments and things of that nature. So this woman in this picture, I guess the day of or a few days before or whenever her son was to get out of prison, she said, "My baby home, my MFing baby home, my baby is home. Lord, I thank you." But this man unalived her and his 15-year-old little brother less than a week of getting out of prison. The caption of the lady who posted this, she said, "I wish I could say that I'm surprised, but this is what a lot of these resentful niggler bears do. There are so many cases of mothers over-mothering their sons and then turn around and disrespect them. This is ridiculous." Etta was saying, "Imagine being overjoyed that your son is finally home, only for him to delete you and his 15-year-old little brother in less than a week of being home." Now, I went to the comment section, paused to read, and I found the news feed for this. Now, I chopped it up into like 20-second increments, and then I sped it up a little bit just for copyright. I don't know if I was going to get copyrighted or not, so I'm trying to do what I can to not get it striked. There is a huge possibility that it may get striked, and if it does, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to take the video out, and I'm just going to leave a link to where you guys can find it. But that would be the best I can do, because I'm not going to leave it up if I'm not going to be monetized for it. So it's raining where I'm at. So if you hear raindrops or noise in the background, it's the rain coming down pretty hard. I'm doing what I can to suppress the sound, but this is the best I can do. It's going to be raining all day here today, so it's no way for me to really escape it.
Now to a breaking news update. We're learning new information about a deadly double murder in Wilson County.
The man police say killed 2 people inside a home in Wilson last night is going to remain behind bars. A lot of new information coming in. We go to CBS 17's Baron James in Wilson, where investigators say the shooters and those he shot were related. Baron.
Yeah, Bill and Liz, no doubt right now, in fact, here's where they arrested the suspect, here at this house, in fact, where we're told that this happened less than a week after he got out of prison. Take a look at this. Wilson police arrested and charged 25-year-old Daron Dante Jenkins with 2 counts of first-degree murder. He's accused of killing his mother, 50-year-old Dana Jenkins, and his little brother, 15-year-old. Police took Daron Jenkins into custody here at his mom's duplex apartment on Snowden Drive Monday afternoon when officers found the 2 bodies inside. Police had gotten a 911 call that apparently came from another relative. Take a listen. Dispatch calls first coming in.
The apartment, there seems to be blood all over the place. Bob's brother answered the door, and there's cleaner everywhere. Bob's mother hasn't answered her phone. He's also en route.
The car. Yeah, when we got here, by the way, less than an hour ago, these industrial cleaning guys, if you're seeing that video in the yellow suits, were suiting up to go into the apartment to prepare it for deep cleaning, they told me. Daron Jenkins was taken to the Wilson County Jail, held under no bond. Of course, we are working to learn more about him and his now deceased mother and little brother as this investigation goes on. We're live in Wilson. Baron James, CBS 17 News.
All right, Baron, thanks so much.
So my commentary will probably be triggering for some of you. So therefore, I wanted to make a disclaimer. My video, this particular video, is not a poster for everybody needs to hate men. No one's telling you to hate your sons or hate your brothers or hate your dad. Please do not get in my comment sections with that nonsense. I will delete your comment and I will block you. Okay? This is not what this is about. If you're going to listen to this commentary, you have to take your emotions out of it, and you have to recognize that women like myself who do this type of content, we don't hate men. Okay? Maybe there are some that do hate men. I don't know. I don't hate men. This is not about man hatred. This is about speaking the truth about them, the truth about their nature, the truth about patriarchy, and how patriarchy fucks up about 90-something% of little boys when they become teenagers, and then grown men. That's what this is about. Now, you can be delusional and you can be upset and think that this is a divide and all this other stuff. Take your emotional ass off my channel. I'm telling you now, nothing you say is going to change anything. It's not going to change my mind. It's not going to change my outlook on it. It's not going to change patriarchy. It's not going to change. So I want to make that disclaimer. If you already have sons that are teenagers or grown and gone, your ship has most likely already sailed anyways. So it wouldn't even be towards you anyway. It will be for women who are still, for whatever reason, thinking about having children, and for women who maybe have very young sons and you can still possibly do your best to get through to them. That is what this is for. Okay? I'm literally talking to women who need to think twice about bringing more sons into this planet and making life even worse than what it is. Okay? Now, let me start out by saying that this mother, I can assure you, I can bet my life that this mom never thought in a million years that her son was going to take her life and the life of her other son. Pretty sure. I'm willing to bet my entire life on it. Just like no mother ever thinks it's going to be her son. Not my thun. Not my thun. Not my little Kang. My Kang, right? No woman ever thinks that. But look what always ends up happening. Am I saying every man and every boy is going to be horrible and treacherous? No. But it's in the 90 percentile because of the cult of man. Shout out to Public. The cult of man. Men stick together when it comes to bullshit. Men stick together when it comes to chasing after young teenage girls. They stick together when they are pedophiles, right? They stick together when it comes to beating their wives. They stick together when it comes to BS. They're going to always have each other's back, aka the cult of man. Now, there's many other facets to that. But in this society, that's literally what it is. Men are going to stick together when it comes to oppressing women. The other things in their lives don't matter. When it comes to oppressing women and keeping men on top, they're going to stick together. So, what does that mean for your son? That means that there's a very high chance that your son is going to join the cult of man. Because look the fuck around. All of these boys and all of these adult sons and these men who turn into grown men who are, oppressing women were once somebody's cute little, not my thun, right? They were cute. They were going to be a heartbreaker when they got older. They looked just like their dad and blah, 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 and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And look at them now. Look at how many men unalive women and girls and each other on a daily basis. Look at how many men are out here raping kids, how many pedophiles there are, how many scammers there are, how many men can just pew his wife, the loves of his alleged life, in her head, machete her multiple times, and then throw her body in some ravine somewhere. Look at how many not my thuns are out here, not my sonning like never before. And the gripe that I have with black women is twofold, right? But the biggest issue I have with black women is that black women think, every individual black woman believes, not my son. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna raise my son a certain way. My son isn't going to do those things. That woman over there, she's a bad mother. This woman over here is a bad mother. They're a bad mother. Look at that. Look at that. Bad mother. But I'm not a bad mother. Literally every fucking black woman who has a son, and I'm saying like 99% of y'all, think this way. Meanwhile, the highest rates of femicide, black community. Highest rates of women that can't even make it to 18 before they're fondled, essayed, or molested in some way, black community, right? I'm not saying that this don't happen in other communities. We know it does. But we have the highest rates of it. And I can keep going down the list. Okay? This has nothing to do with you as a woman to a certain degree, right? The point that I'm making is there is nothing you can do really to guarantee that your son won't turn out to be a piece of shit. There's nothing you can do about that. The black women whose sons turned out to be decent men got lucky. There is no other explanation. Okay? There isn't. No amount of prayer is going to save your son. And the way that I can prove that is I want you guys to use your critical thinking. Black women have been praying over their thuns for centuries. And here we are in 2025, and we're getting, not only are we getting the exact same results that we've been getting 500 years ago and more, they're getting worse. So prayer doesn't work. I'm sorry to say that. Listen, if y'all can't handle my reality on my channel, y'all gonna have to leave. Prayer doesn't work. The only way for prayer to work would be, first of all, there would have to be something or someone up there in the sky or in your spirit or wherever, right? And that would have to be listening to your prayer. That would have to then give a fuck about your prayer. And then they would have to give you what you want, whatever you're asking for. Now, I'm going to assume that that entity that you believe in doesn't exist, because look at how many black women have been praying over their thuns for centuries. And nothing has changed. Things have gotten worse, if anything. Now, you tell me prayer works. Every black woman on the planet prays over her son. Let's keep it a buck. They've been doing it for a long time. So it's literally luck. You got lucky and you found a decent man that helped to bring your son up to be decent, or you got lucky that your son just did not want to be a part of the cult of man. It's all luck. Under this patriarchy and this type of world we live in, with batshit crazy men that are willing to do anything and everything to oppress women and to have power, you're not in good company. Like, when you're bringing your innocent kids here, this is not a safe environment. And one thing that women do in particular, so there's two options, right? The man, 9 times out of 10, is going to leave you to be a single mother. I think we've been on social media enough to realize that we've all kind of said this a lot lately, these last few years. I think most of us know by now your chances of becoming a single mother is probably about 97, 98%. Okay? Now, that man walking out on you and leaving you to be a single mother usually results into two different things for women. The first thing is the woman is going to be very pissed off, resentful, and take it out on her son. You remind me of your punk ass daddy. You look just like that motherfucker. Blah, 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 and you ain't gonna be shit. Your daddy won shit. You ain't gonna be, right? Or she's going to feel guilty and coddle the fuck out of her son. Either one of those scenarios are going to lead to the man in this story. It doesn't really matter. Whichever one of those things you do is going to lead to that man who unalived his own mother and brother, and all these other men every 15 minutes, it seemed like, that we hear about, that are unaliving their mothers and their sisters and their family members and their cousins and their loves of their lives and everybody else. That is literally the option, the only options you're going to get. The only conclusion is going to be those sons are going to be angry pissed off, resentful, or whatever. And that's going to be the reality of it. So you, as a black woman in 2025 moving forward, you have a choice to make. You can be like the rest of the black women who said, not my son, and think you're going to be different and think you are going to be stronger than the cult of man. You think you're going to have a stronger hold and stronger influence over your son than the cult of man, aka delusional. Or you can say, you know what? I don't know if I'm really willing to take that risk. Now, me personally, I made up my mind that I wasn't having kids a long time ago. And I knew that I would never want to have a son. I would say probably in my 30s is when I realized that. So that wasn't that long ago. I was like, oh, I would never have a son. If I found out when I got my genetic testing that there was a Y chromosome floating in my bloodstream, deletus the motherfucking fetus. End of story. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to get an abortion anyway. I'm just being honest. But if I wanted kids, I would only have daughters. I would not take that chance. And that's just me. And that is an option for women who were interested. But having babies in this current climate, in this like section of human history where things are only about to get worse, I just don't think it's a very smart idea. I just don't. I'll kick it over to Funky Dineva and give y'all a little kick in the ass reminder.
I think anybody who knowingly want children in 2024 is a damn fool. Don't nobody want no damn kids. Having no children is the flex. That's the real flex in 2024. Don't nobody want no babies. Don't nobody want no damn toddlers. Don't nobody want no expensive behind talking ass elementary age children. Don't nobody want no stinking smelling like outside bus stop elementary age children. And we'll be all right with some high school age children because they about to get their ass the hell up out of our house. Okay? But don't nobody want no damn children. Baby, people is avoiding children like the plague. Baby, you can give me corona 16 times for you tell me I don't got somebody pregnant.
But there is absolutely no way that I would bring kids into this world. The chances of your son falling into the cult of man is in the high 90 percentile. You can pray over them. You can do voodoo and witchcraft. You can be delusional. You can meditate over it. You can do whatever you want. You can pay people. I don't care what you do. Your influence will never be as strong as his male peers. And it just is what it is. The only thing you can hope is that he chooses male peers that are positive, that are doing something great in the world, that are not condoning and co-signing his bullshit and holding him accountable. That's it. Because no matter what you do as a woman, you're just going through the motions. You're just on autopilot. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm sorry. Everything you do, and I'm not saying it's all for nothing, but I am saying that the odds are so stacked against you that it's kind of pointless to even do it. And that's just my own personal opinion. You can't say you want the world to be better, but then turn around and keep feeding the machine, feeding the monsters that make the world not a good place in the first place, aka males. And it just is what it is. Every problem in society that we have now and that we have ever had in human history can be traced back to somebody's fucking son. And it just is what it is. So I want you guys to think about it. I would like to believe that the vast majority of the women on my channel don't even want to have kids. So this ain't their problem. But I don't know. I can't say who's following me. I don't know for sure. Think long and hard. Because every mother out there, I'm pretty sure, were shell-shocked when they found out that it was their son that unalived somebody's daughters. It was their son that robbed that store and unalived two, victims that just happened to be there at the wrong time. It was their son that turned into a child molester. I'm sure they were shell-shocked. Nobody thinks it's going to be their kid. And when you choose to have kids, it is a crapshoot. It is a game of roulette. You don't know what you're going to get. Are you willing to live with the possibility that, I don't know, 15, 20, 25 years from now, your son is going to be on America's Most Wanted, or I don't even know if that show even come on anymore, but one of these crime shows for pew-pewing up a school or whatever? Are you prepared to deal with that? And the way things are going in this society, and the way women are closing up shop, they are out of business till further notice, or out of business for good. The way women are rejecting these men, I promise you, this stuff is about to get 20 million times worse. Y'all, it's going to be your sons that's going to turn around and lose it because they can't get laid, because women are laughing at them, or women don't want to pay them any attention, or women are saying no and ghosting them, or whatever. And it's always going to be the women that says, not my son. That's always the case. I want y'all to think long and hard about that. That's all I got to say about it. If you feel triggered, go talk to that lady. Do not leave no comments in my comment sections and under the impression that I am going to give a damn about what you're saying. I promise you I won't. Okay? Go call that reverend. Go pray to your imaginary sky daddy or whoever you pray to and waste your time. But do what you do. But don't get in my comment section. My mind ain't changing. I know what I'm talking about. And the people who subscribe to me and listen to my content, they got eyes and ears. They know that what I'm saying is facts too. This is the only way. Cynthia G been telling y'all this for years. Kendall St. Charles been telling, she used to be called Brooklyn Blue back in the day. She's been saying it for years. Prince Ella telling y'all now. Being in denial is not going to change or save your son. It's not. The only way you can save your son from turning out to be a horrible person is don't bring him here. That's a guarantee. You're guaranteed. Don't even bring him here in the first place. But that's all I got to say about that. Leave your comments below. Only if you are going to contribute something to this conversation. Like, share, and I will catch you guys in the next video.
Modern Dusties are down bad. They are costing the government upwards of $50 billion a year due to their unemployment. They run away from their responsibilities, their children, their 50-11 baby mamas. Yet somehow, the white man or white supremacy is to blame for their transgressions. Here are some of the gripes that modern men have with Western modernized women.
Welfare took men out the home, bruh.
We don't give a fuck about your degrees.
Man, if she had sex with more than one man, she ran through, bruh.
The feminist movement ruined the family. Y'all feminists ruined everything.
See, what I need, cuz, is a woman that's fit, feminine, and friendly. She gotta be submissive.
Man, independent women the problem, man. See, the problem is they too masculine.
So if there are any modern women who are interested in being a solution to these modern Dusties' trials and tribulations, here is how you can help. With your donation, you can send these Dusties to foreign countries where the women are fit, feminine, friendly, and submissive. Your donations of just 35 cents per day can get the funds up and rolling. Rally in court for the males who are felons so that they can get their passports to begin with. Once they have their passports in hand, they can immediately be sent to the third world foreign country of their choice. But they must also sign documents in front of a notary that they are not allowed to return to the United States.
All together, girls. 1, 2, 3. Fuck these men on the internet. They don't know what they want, but they will see what they can get. Oh, go and waste your one and only precious life while pretending not to have a full receding hairline. So keep your eyes on his hairline and your hand on your drink. For all you know, he is a psychopath. He'll leave you on red and he won't care if you're dead. And the psychics on TikTok are wrong.